Mike James Rock Show.
You're watching the Mike James Rock Show.
Right, it's Mike from the Mike James Rock Show. Welcome back after about 18 months off from not doing face-to-face interviews, and the first one back is with a band that we have supported since day one on the show. Slackrr here.
Hello!
Hello, introduce yourselves.
I'm Scotty, I play guitar and sing.
Hi, I'm Kate, I play bass.
And I'm Joe and I play drums.
Welcome back. Well, welcome.
Thank you for having us.
I say welcome back because it's your first face-to-face interview.
It's our first face-to-face one, yeah?
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
so used to doing kind of Zoom things. It's like I do have a body, a torso, and legs.
It's been a bit like that, yeah.
Yeah.
You have to get dressed for these ones though.
That's it, yeah. Pants on today. I'm really pleased that you are on my first face-to-face interview back, to be honest, because we've supported you since day one.
Yeah, thank you very much for doing
that.
that.
Your sound on the show, it's great. How has lockdown treated you guys? Because you are prolific tourists before the lockdown.
Yeah, I mean, when it all came to a crashing halt, we were talking about a minute ago, we were in Liverpool when it all got announced. I think it was Friday the 13th, I think, so it's a bit of a bad day. I think it might have been. And they were saying, it's going to lock down for a couple of weeks. I was like, well, we'll have to reschedule some shows. And then as the weeks went by, more and more
That's it.
cancelled. So we kind of, we were like, well, we don't know when this is going to end. We had about 60 shows, a couple of European tours cancel. So we were like, we're going to have to find another way to do this. So we started writing our second album.
Okay.
And just went into, just kind of got a private studio, and just that was how we sort of went about doing things.
So did you bubble together?
Basically, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It was we kind of made the agreement that we'll do it that way, so we can actually still keep doing stuff as a band.
Yeah.
Because I think as everyone was, we were hopeful that it was going to open up quicker than it did.
I think everyone's that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like fingers crossed we can get back last summer, and it's like that didn't really happen.
It did, unfortunately.
There was a few sort of like acousticy, outdoorsy things that happened, but that was about it, wasn't it? That must have been a real kick in the teeth for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, we did some of the socially distanced shows.
Yeah.
We did. Funny enough, the first one that we did was here because we're at the Cobblestones today. Graham had it out in the garden.
Nice.
In August, we came down and did that. Then we did about, I don't know, it was 10 or 15
about that, yeah.
of like the socially distanced ones from last year till June. So last night was our first fully, everyone can stand, everyone can mingle.
How was it? I bet it went off for you last night.
It was. We did not expect that. We were scheduled in at the basement of the Exchange in Bristol.
Oh yeah, nice venue.
Yeah, it's a great venue.
Yeah.
Like, we've done it before. As part of a festival, we were at the upstairs part of the venue, main room, and just got a message from the promoter. We're in our hotel, and we're saying it's sold out downstairs. We're going to the upstairs because the tickets are still selling.
Wow.
So we're like, okay, well that's going to be great, and we didn't expect people to be singing back in those mosh pits and people on people's shoulders. It kind of just went off.
That's cool. I think that kind of shows that the work that you've done during the lockdown has paid off for you. If people singing along the very first gig back, when realistically people were just there to get absolutely blotto anyway, but if they're there to do that and then singing back to your tunes, it's like, we've done something right, surely.
Well, we hope so. I mean, it was like we didn't expect it. It was just so nice for like the togetherness of everybody. Like it just felt like a community spirit, and everyone was so happy to be there, and sort of the freedom to be able to be at a show. Do you know what I mean? It was just a pleasure for us because we were headlining last night, but to just stand in the crowd and watch all the other bands who played, and just everyone have an amazing night. Just the vibe of the place was amazing. So
that's what I'm looking forward to tonight. Like,
well, I mean, this is one of our favourite places to come to. So.
Cobblestones is awesome. In all fairness, the last interview we did was in this room, like face-to-face interview was in this room pre-pandemic, so it only felt right to sort of come back here and launch the next part of whatever's happening with the Mike James Rock Show going forward. So it's like, nice little gap.
It's great to be a part of that. You are our first interviewer, as it were.
Nice.
So we're very stoked.
So you said you had you bubbled up together during the lockdown and got writing and all that kind of stuff. What are your plans now that the world is, in inverted commas, opening back up again?
We have got a load of rescheduled shows.
I think that's going to be a theme for these interviews. Yes, we've got rescheduled shows.
Yeah, we've got a load of rescheduled shows. So to start with, it's been a lot of jumping around the country to do it. And then the logistics of it are getting better as other places are opening up. I say other places, all the places are opening up. So we've got a few new places we're going to be going to, but we're basically going to be, because we started releasing singles from this second album, so we're kind of touring those at the minute, and then with plans to release the album at some stage this year.
It will be this year.
It will be this year. Well, management have told us it will be this year. They haven't told us when this year. Like, because of the lockdown, like, right, we're going to get it out for this date. Oh, it's been extended. Because they're based in the States.
Oh, okay.
So they're kind of trying to gauge when's the best time to do it. Is the festival season happening? But yeah, at some stage this year we're going to have it out and just keep touring on that.
Are you going to be as prolific as you were before the pandemic? Because you literally were, it was almost like a full-time job for you, wasn't it? Or is it a full-time job?
It basically is, yeah. Well, I mean, with the shows we've got booked up, I think November and December aren't completely full yet, but we're still in talks with various venues and stuff. So I think we've got 50 odd shows between sort of now and December, but like I say, there's still dates being filled.
And you guys are playing all around the UK. It's like one of the first bands out of the traps we saw. You guys were like, wow, they've got a list. There's not a lot of sort of underground bands that have got a list of 30 plus dates already confirmed for post-pandemic.
Yeah, it was like I said, it was a lot of rescheduled and we stayed in contact with promoters and venues, agents and stuff like that. And yeah, literally as soon as they had slots available, they're just like, would you guys come and play? Will you get back doing it the same way that we were before? Yeah. And we were just like, yeah, absolutely. Like, as long as we can, we will.
Have you started writing the third album yet to be ahead of the game kind of thing?
Yeah.
You've got to ask these questions. It's starting to come back to me, mate. You ask those challenging questions.
So am I supposed to say anything?
No, you were good anyway.
I was good. Yes. We've started working on the sort of preliminary stages of some.
That's cool. Demoing and writing.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Because I mean, we recorded the second album, which is also, like I say, yet to be out. When did we go in? Last year.
Must be August.
August? Almost a year ago then.
Yeah. I think it was late August. You started laying down drums.
Yeah, late August, I think.
Late August, September. And because everything kept locking down, opening up, we did it in 3 different studios because we kind of wanted to get like drums and stuff for that, and then different things with guitars, bass, and vocals and stuff. We ended up recording the final parts of the vocals in a £1 million cottage that I think Brad Pitt had stayed in or something for one of his films. Nice. They've been doing down in like Lulworth Cove or something like that.
Right. Okay.
Because he just had the big room that we wanted for the vocal sounds. But yeah, so we have started working on new stuff. And like I say, it's been nearly a year since we recorded started recording. We finished in December properly. So it feels like a while ago actually.
Because what were you playing some of these tracks out already, I guess, for the gigs that you've got coming up between now and Christmas. By the time the album actually drops, people are going to be singing these songs back to you already, and then the album drops, it's going to be newer stuff for them. So it's almost like a preliminary release because you've got the new tracks, then the album comes out, and then it's almost like another release of the newer stuff. So it's like a 2-phase kind of thing.
You're right. It's worked out like that.
It's crazy because I've been doing Zoom interviews for over a year now, and some of the bands that we're speaking to, sort of like May time last year, they just could not push back or anything because the wheels were already in motion for their albums to come out, kind of thing. And they were in the position where we can't do launch parties or anything like that, or even a listening party. They're not Kanye West, you know what I mean. But yeah, they're kind of, it'll just get released online, and then we'll do a release show as and when we can. And sometimes for some bands, it's going to be like a year later before they can.
It's crazy.
Really drop a live show of just the new album stuff. So.
We've seen it. It's like especially like some of the bigger bands. And stuff. They're on like the rollout is set, like you say. Because when we've been talking with management and stuff about when ours is going to be released,
it's finding the right slot.
It's finding the right time, and we're sort of like, we'd like to do it, and then like, rollout's a bit tight for that, and so just we're trying to. There's a few things we've got in the pipeline that I can't talk about at the minute, but we were trying to link it up with those. So we've got a couple of big announcements coming up, which are really exciting for us.
That's cool.
But we're trying to link in with the album, but it's rollouts and things like that.
And also from seeing the snippets of the press releases and stuff about you guys, you're moving up a tier on people that are becoming aware of you. You've got like national magazines and much bigger stations than us. Not that there is anything bigger than the Mike James Rock Show.
I mean, you're our favourite station because you actually picked us up to start with, which has been amazing.
The front runners. But yeah, it's like I've seen your name with Rock Sound and Kerrang and things like that. So you're getting noticed even though you're not gigging or anything, just purely on the music, which is a very old school way of doing it almost. It's like you're getting recognised for writing good music. That's it. It's not all about the stage show. So
that's very kind of you to say. It was amazing when that stuff happened. We couldn't believe it. We were just like, obviously we're still in the middle of lockdown.
Yeah.
And we announced the single was coming up. Kerrang played it, and then the next one, Rock Sound picked it up. BBC have picked up a few of them, sort of introducing in a few of the other local and national ones.
Yeah.
So it's been stuff that we didn't expect to happen at all. We just thought it was like, well, we're just gonna have to keep making music, so we've got new stuff to play when we can again.
Well, that's it, and you're primed, ready to go. You're out of the traps. There's a lot of bands that are sort of like at your level that I don't want to diss them or anything, but they kind of sat back a little bit during the lockdown, whereas you guys have constantly been putting out sort of like little snippets and studios and acoustics and things like that. So you're constantly in people's minds. Whereas some of
we're pests. That's what it is.
Well, yeah,
Just pretty annoying.
yeah, just social media whores. That's all it is.
that's the way it's become.
Yeah, but some of those bands, I think, again, just struggle with reconnecting with their fan base because they haven't done a lot during the last 18 months.
I hope that they don't have that problem because there's some really great bands out
there.
And but I guess I don't know. I didn't really give it much thought. I just figured we'd still keep doing what we could.
Yeah. It's almost become like a level playing field for even like the bigger bands. It's like they're booking these venues, but they don't know if they're going to be able to sell them or not. We don't know what's going to happen. Whereas there are bands that, like yourselves, that we've been interviewing on the underground circuit for 3 or 4 years that are coming out of this pandemic era, really blazing. Like, we're going to be the next thing, and you can see it moving up venue sizes or a lot more press coverage on them and things like that. And I think that you're going to be doing that as well.
No, we love to. Yeah, that's how
Yeah,
we're great.
thank you.
Yeah, that's very kind of you to say. It's, I'm brilliant at taking compliments. I'm just like.
We're pretty much running out of time for this interview, but I can guarantee that we'll be chatting again anytime soon, really, because you guys will be playing around near where we can get to.
Absolutely, yeah. Like we've got quite a few in the southwest, everywhere.
Everywhere, yeah.
But yeah, we'll have a new single coming out very soon as well.
Okay,
so,
that's cool. Sure, we'll be playing that.
We'll send it your way and
see if we like it.
If you wouldn't mind taking pity on us, that would be great.
I don't know. We'll turn the cameras off and we'll talk terms and contracts and stuff.
I understand.
Like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure catching up with you guys as the first interview back. I hope I wasn't too rusty.
No, it was amazing.
No,
Cool, you guys were good as well. So,
thank you.
Thanks very much for joining us, Slackrr.
Welcome to the Mike James Rock Show.